whoever starts talking.
She answered.
Hey! Alright, so I get things rolling here. You guys are already chit-chatting before I got in the door.
Hey, and I was here watching TV and I heard the thing go do-do-do, and I was like, oh man.
That means I come in, I think, is when that comes. Da-da-da, I'm here.
Or your intro music.
Yeah, we need to change it, make it like something even cooler. Party started. Oh goodness, it's been a day. Hopefully Jessica Scott shows up because I need her to talk too. So I normally message ahead of time, but I didn't because she knows she's supposed to be here. All right, I just assume she knows. My dog, settle down. I sound crazy. All right, so tonight, since it's already recording, what we're going to talk about is, I just kind of did this on the whim. I already knew we had Jessica Scott coming in, and we're going to talk about how to make lists on Facebook and what the purpose of that is and how it's going to help you. We're going to talk about why it's important to write things down, why to use a planner, and why you should write your goals down, what you should write down, how often you should write it down, and all kinds of good stuff. Jessica's here. Awesome. Yay, you're in. Okay. So I want to kind of talk about some stuff we talked about the last meeting to lead up into the purpose of the list. Okay, Jessica? Just nod. Okay. She can't hear or something. I don't know. I'll just keep talking. All right. So remember last time we didn't meet last week because I was sick. 2 weeks ago, we talked about the non-negotiables. Who in here was here and has been doing, or at least watched the video and has been doing those non-negotiables?
Me.
Good. I'm seeing hands go up. Oh, I cannot hear anyone. Jennifer, can you hear now? Can you hear me? I can't hear anything. Okay, let me tell her. Go out and come back in. Everyone else can hear. Right? Everyone else can hear me. I saw hands getting raised up, so I'm guessing. All right. So anyway, so the non-negotiables, if you weren't here, you need to go back and watch the video from 2 weeks ago. It's really good, and it's really helped my business just in the 2 weeks that I've consistently been doing this. If you've been doing this, let me talk about one of the non-negotiables and why that leads into what we're going to talk about today. So the one non-negotiable what we said was to set a number. How many people are you going to comment on their post on Facebook? Non-Y sisters, other people. I said 20. You were supposed to set your own number. We set a minimum of 10. As you start doing that, were you noticing that when you scroll through your Facebook, everybody was Y sisters? Y sister, Y sister, Y sister, Y sister. The reason that is because we see each other all the time in the groups. We comment back and forth on those group posts. We're tagged in those posts. All of that stuff. Facebook says, you guys are friends. Let me show you more of your stuff. So therefore, you're just seeing tons of Y sisters. And it does not mean the rest of your friends are not posting. It's just because that's who you've been interacting with. And the purpose of the non-negotiables of commenting on 20 posts not only was to help you be seen by your customers and your friends, but was so you would see them in your newsfeed. So if you've been doing this consistently for 2 weeks, you probably started to notice that now more and more you're seeing less of your Y sisters and more of those other people that you were commenting on. Facebook's picking up on that. So if you're doing it consistently, you'll start to see that change. But you'll still see a lot of Y sisters, and that's okay too. But what we can do to kind of help you, so if you only have like a couple minutes a day and you don't want to have to scroll past all of those Y sisters, you don't have to search people, you want a quick way to find who you want to comment on and who you want to post on, we're going to do these lists. So Jessica, are you ready if we do that? Okay. So I'm going to let her take over. Come off mute and share your screen and show us, because I have not personally created the list yet. Jessica has, and Jessica Blodgett talked about how this has helped. So Jessica Scott, go ahead and take over.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure, because I put my headphones in so I could hear you. So I want to make sure you can hear me. Okay. Let's see. Let's share screens here. Now this is all done on Facebook. Desktop. Ooh, that's fancy. Okay. Bear with me. Not done this from my computer.
You're fine.
Okay. Well, what's that? Can we make that go away?
I'm froze for a second, so I
Okay,
don't.
there we are.
Okay.
No, no, no. Go back up. I'm yelling at my computer. Sorry.
Okay.
Here, we'll just do this. We'll open in a new tab. Okay, so I'm going to Facebook. Now, really, these lists are super, super easy to do. I mean, super easy. They're like ridiculously easy, but you have to do it from a computer. I have not figured out a way. You can edit the lists from your cell phone, but you cannot create them. And of course, because I'm showing this, it's going to be really slow.
If it's anything like my computer has been today, I'm telling you, my work computer is so slow.
Yeah. Well, I sent you Marco Polo. I don't know if you've seen it, but I couldn't even get on at first. Like, it was not wanting to do anything. I said, of course you're going to do this to me. Okay. So, let's go down. More. I probably should have refreshed my memory on how to do this. Hold on.
Pressure's on now. We're all watching you.
I know. Stop it. I'm just kidding. It's just making me mad because it's going so slow.
I closed my.
We'll talk about why we do these lists real quick and how I'm using them. I have a list for my new friends. I have a list for my old friends, so people that I have been interacting with for a while. New friends, or anybody that's recently accepted my friend request, they need to go in there. I have a list for my team. I have a list for my Y sisters, and I have a list for potential recruits. What is it doing?
Did you just draw a butt on the screen?
It looks like it, but no, I didn't do that. That's why I'm like, what is it doing? Okay, so see when you scroll to the side there, it says explore. I'm pointing to the screen like you guys can see it. You see it says explore here. I hit see more and it go down to friends lists. What is this? This is not what I
I've totally been having this day, so this is awesome.
So see, it's not just you.
No, it's not. It's you too. I thought it was July 26th or something. Don't worry.
Oh, good grief. But anyhow, so then I go, my new friends list, I make sure that I go to that list first. That's where I start my non-negotiables. I make sure I comment on all my new friends so that I'm getting into their news feed and they're getting familiar with my face. I want them to get to know me and see my face all the time. So then eventually they're going to be like, oh yeah, I know her. I totally know her, even though they have no idea who I am.
Yeah.
And then once I go through those, and those you can, after a while, you start seeing some of the same posts, or you start, there's just, I don't know how your friends list is, but there's people on my friends list that are negative. I stay away from that. So once I get through a majority of those, I'll go to my old friends list and interact with those people. Of course, then you have your potentials. You want to make sure that you're staying in front of them all the time so that you are relevant in their mind when you go to talk to them about joining. Oh, I have a customer list too, so anybody who's bought from me. Okay. Seriously, this is ridiculous. Oh, I think I'm going to regret that one later, but anyhow. I don't know why it is taking me here. This is going to make me
I
mad.
don't even know. This moments thing is something new, so I'm not sure. Do you want me to pull up my screen and you guide me through it, or you already have something set up, though, don't you?
No, you can. You can try to do it, and we can just talk through it. And then this stupid thing keeps scrolling down, so can't scroll back.
Let me
Not sure why it's taking me to this moment. That's not what this is.
I don't know what that is either. That's strange. Well, let me.
All right, I'll come off this.
That's all right. My computer's freezing up on me, so.
Oh, so this is going to be a great meeting.
You keep doing what you're doing, and I'll start talking about some of the other stuff I wanted to talk about.
Okay, keep going. And I'll
Okay.
just cut you off.
Yeah, so say, hey, I'm ready. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was, is that your TV, Jessica?
Probably.
Okay, because I keep trying to find who it is and mute them, but I think it's you.
It could be. Kenzie's watching Mickey Mouse.
So the other thing I want to talk about was a planner. So we talk about the non-negotiables, and we talk about writing those out and making sure you're doing them all the time. Everyone needs to have a planner. I do not know what is happening to my computer now, but can you guys still hear me? What happened? Oh, wait. Can you guys hear me? Shake your head, because I couldn't even see you a second ago. Okay. Everything went black, so I don't know what is going on. Sorry, this is what I get for skipping a meeting last week. Everything goes to crap. All right, so anyway, you all need to have a planner. That's what I wanted to say. You do not have to spend a bunch of money on a planner, especially if you're just starting out. Just get a planner. I went the very first time and got a planner from like Meijer or Dollar General or something like that, just so I could start writing everything down every single day. So you want to have a plan, so you want to start planning the month ahead of time. If you don't have a plan, okay, everything's changing again. Okay, so if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail, basically is what they say. Fail to plan to fail. So you need to start planning out July right now. This is the time. Map it out, plan it out, fill your planner up. What is your game plan for next month? Don't try to do it as the month goes along. Try to do it now. You need to be prepared. So are you going to have, like I would always do 5 parties on the 1st, 5 parties on the 15th. So I would always get those parties booked, write them in my planner. I'm starting such and such as parties, all 5 of these, and then on the 15th, I'm starting all 5 of these. What makeovers am I going to do? I always do one whole day of makeovers. So I pick a Saturday, works for me. I put all these little 1-hour slots or 45-minute hour slots on my calendar. I book those makeovers. I post it, and I message people. Hey, I know you've been interested in trying this. I'm doing makeovers on Saturday the 14th. I have a couple openings left. Do you want morning or afternoon? Go ahead, get them booked. Fill it up. Fill your planner up. So you got your parties booked. Get 10 parties booked for the month. Go ahead and do a full day of makeovers. Maybe you want to do a couple each week. So you want to do a couple in the evenings. Get them booked. Get them done. Maybe there's a vendor event. Try to sign up and find a vendor event in your area. Get it booked. Get it on the planner. Then when you know you have stuff on the planner, guess what? You know you've got sales. You got goals this month? We've got a plan. You can't just have a goal and not have a plan. It's just a wish then. You're not going to hit it. You got to have a game plan. We can't just fly by the seat of our pants all the time. I know I like to try to, but I always do a lot better when I have a game plan. I also want to talk about goals and writing those down and why it's important. So
but before we start that,
yes,
it's up.
How about Jessica, take it over? That'll be a good spot.
Okay.
Making lists. We're back to, if for some of you that just jumped in, Jessica Scott is going to show us, hopefully, how to make lists on Facebook so that way you can avoid just seeing the Y sisters.
Okay, so I went to this explore section over here. I clicked see more, and then there's a spot that says find friends list, or right here that says friends list. I clicked on that. Okay, this is, I keep pointing to my screen like you guys can see me. This is my lists. Now, some of these lists, like this one here, this one, this We Care Learning Center, that's where I work. some of my old jobs. Those things were already there. Facebook already created those lists for me. They're just there waiting for you to add people to them. So you could use those. I create a new one. So as you can see, I have one for my family, one for old friends, one for new friends, customers, wives, sisters, my team. Okay. So I'm going to show you the new friends list here. This, when you click on these lists, it's going to bring up the people that you've added to this list, and only those people, and only what they've posted in the last 24 hours. Okay, we're back to being slow.
Hey, at least
Okay. So now when you go to create this list, I should have done that first. Let's do create a list. When you create a list, it's going to give you a spot to, of course, name your list, and it's going to give you a spot. It pops up in a little box that will let you add your people. So then you can just, what I did when I created my list, okay, so see, click create list. When I created my list, I used my cell phone. I went to my friends list, and I started just typing them in. Oh, that person's new. I have no, if I did not know who they were a new friend, and they went in my new friends list. So we'll just do this for an example. But so, okay, there's your list name. Then as you type in your members, when it's cooperating, it'll pop up. You can click add add. Okay, then you just keep doing that. Okay, yeah.
So when you do this, it does not notify them that you added them to a list?
Nope.
Cool.
No, it does not notify them that they've been added to a list, because you've never received a notification, right? And you're on my list. So, so you add these people. Now, it will only let you, it's a limit of 100 in this box. Okay, so then once you say we add 100 people to this box, you create your list. Okay, and then it's going to bring up what those people have posted in the last 24 hours.
Bobby,
eventually.
There's a max per list.
Max of people?
Yeah, like you said 100 in the box, but what about the list?
In the box. I have not reached a max yet, so I do not know if there is a max. I assume there is not, but when I reach it, I will let you know. Okay, so now you have this list. Now let's say this is a list you've had for a while, blah, blah. You want to add some people to it. So they have the bar here on the side to add to this list. And again, you just, once you've reached your 100 people in that box and you've created your list and you still want to add people, you just go into this box and you just type in their name and you add them to this.
Okay.
Just like that. And then they're added to the list and it'll show. And then you just keep adding until Facebook tells you to stop, I guess. But then it makes it easy.
Yeah, I really like this you said something about use it for potential recruits.
Yes. To make sure you're staying in front of them and make sure you're contacting them and staying, if you have somebody that you think that is good for this, you need to stay relevant in their personal profile as well so that you can find the things that you can yank out of their life and be like, look, see, this is why I think you'd be great at this. When we went to the Cincinnati training this past weekend, they gave us these. Actually, let me come off share real quick.
And Melissa Crosby raised her hand. I don't know if she has a question for you. I unmuted you.
Okay. The other thing you can do with the list is you can also, if there's something that you specifically want just your customers to see or just your potential recruits to see for some reason. Like if you're like, okay, I'm going to bombard the heck out of this, you can make it so that only that list, it's only visible to that list of people. So, like if you're really pushing the presenters kit and you don't want to like make it seem like that's all they see, you can also just post that to your potential recruits. So
Right.
that's all.
Right.
And something else to throw in there too. One thing, since you said those lists were already there, like I know I had a couple of those, like the Continental one. You know, people where I've worked, I noticed that it has their colleges I've gone to. I have those lists already created, and it's funny when I set up an event or I plan to like invite people. It gives me the option to click on that list and pick from. So that would be nice for team events. Or if you're going to get ready to do a home party and you know you want to invite all your local potential recruits, if you're doing an open house, something like that.
Yes, that's awesome. Now, like I said, what I've been doing as far as the new friends, because for me, you know, you build these relationships, but you want to also be building relationships with the people that you're bringing in. So what I've been, well, I shouldn't say what I've been doing, what I'm wanting to do, because I've only had this for a few days, but they gave us this daily sheet at the Cincinnati training, and she said our Black status has access to it, so if anybody wants it, we can get it from Jessica Blodgett. But up at the top here, it says add 5 new friends on Facebook, and it has you list them with the date and whether or not they accepted. So my thinking was that as I do that all week long, by the time I get to 7 days, hopefully if everybody accepts my request, I'm going to have 30 new people to add to that list. So then on Sundays, I go to my friends list, I delete all the ones that have not accepted, get rid of those so I can free up space, and then go to my new friends list and add all the ones that I have or that have accepted me as a friend. That way I'm still getting to know them and staying current with them as well.
It's a great idea. What's the name of that list, that paper you have? So if we want it, we can ask Jessica.
It says the daily on it for white, yellow, and pink, but really it's for everybody. It's got our non-negotiables down here, down the side. And then it has a spot to add friends, follow up with customers, share the opportunity, shout outs to your team, asking about hosting a party, and then it has a little spot down here for listing your current parties, because we all know that's how we build our networks. And then I've also been, if something catches my eye as I'm flipping through the news feed as far as potentials, I've been writing their names down so that I can add them to my potentials list and get in front of them so that I make sure that I'm keeping current with what's going on with them so that I can get a conversation going and get them added.
Yeah, I like it. So I will find out from Jessica and see if I can have her either bring it to if she's not in the group, have it added to the group or post it in the group. If she doesn't have it though, maybe I'll have you scan it in and send it to me. We can get it posted in Cosmetic Revolution and Flourish and Blot. So is that everything you had about the list?
Pretty much. It was short and sweet, unless anybody has questions.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Who has questions for Jessica or anything in general about making the list or maybe about the non-negotiables? Or we all understand it? We good on it? Any great other ideas to use it for before I move on? Okay. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Am I on there?
Someone there?
Okay, I think it's me.
Yes, Bobby Joe, I can see you.
Sorry, I had to run away real quick, and I had heard Melissa start saying that if you wanted somebody to see a post, whether it was like the potential recruit or something, that you could do something with the list, but I didn't catch it. I apologize.
Go ahead, Melissa. Can you come off mute and talk about it again? You want me to take you off?
So you can also make it so that only those people on that list can see a post. So you could say, like, if you're really bombarding with the presenters kit, but you don't want to, like, show that graphic or that wording to everybody and, you know, clog up all your Y Sisters feeds, for example. Like you can say, okay, I want to show this only to this list, and this list. Or you can even say, I want to show it to everybody except for this list. So if you already have your current team on there, and you obviously don't need to sell them on the recruit or on the presenters kit, you could say, show it to everybody except for my team, or show it to everybody except for my Y Sisters. So that way you can kind of target your audience when you're posting. So that way you don't overwhelm anybody. And then one more thing I want to add to the that printout list. What I do is, and I've been packing and moving things around, but what I usually do is I have it in like a clear plastic sheet protector, and then just use a dry erase marker to write on there, so that way you only have to have 7 copies of that paper. You don't need a whole year's worth of that paper. So
Yes.
just an idea.
Did that answer everything for you, Bobby Joe?
Yeah, that you change that where it's like if you want to post it for friends only or like a public post, right?
Yep. There's a little drop-down box on the computer. I know there is. Probably the phone might not be as many options, or is it, Melissa? Okay, so yep, you have the same options.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Nicole Schlegel has her hand up. Nicole, I'll take you off the mute.
I just wanted to see what it did.
I'm putting your hand down. All right, I'm putting you back on mute. All right. Oh, too funny. That's why we get to play on these Zooms, right? All right, I'm going to talk about goals and what about the writing it down, and then...
Wait. One more thing.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, like Melissa had said about that you can choose the list. If you are on a list and post anything, only those people in that list are going to see it. So just keep that in mind too, that when you're doing that and you're in the list, and because I don't know if you guys are like me, I'm blonde like that sometimes, and we'll post something and then be like, oh, it didn't go where I wanted it to. So just keep that in mind.
So yeah, make sure your next post after that post is set to public, because it's usually probably saved as whatever your last post was. Yep. That's how I've done that before on a private. Like I was trying to do something for just somebody, and then I didn't know it. I kept posting and posting, and nobody was liking my post, and here it was only me and one other person could see it. So totally everyone's done it. All right, am I safe to move on to goals? All right, moving on. All right. So first off, you got to have goals. You got to have short-term goals. You got to have long-term goals, little goals, big goals, red goals, blue goals. I feel like it's a Dr. Seuss. Okay. Anyway, so one thing I would recommend doing, get yourself one of these 50-cent notebooks. Oh, see, now we got the warning. 10 minutes. I got 10 minutes to talk. All right. Get yourself just a regular notebook, okay? All of you, I want you to start this. I used to do this. I'm going to go back to it. This is actually an old one. I don't know if you guys can see me very good, because in mine it's just like a little screen of myself, but I'm going to talk about it. Every single day on this notebook paper or in your planner, whatever you guys want to do. But if you don't, if anything, get a dang notebook, okay? All right, so you're going to start at the top by writing the date and the year, because you're going to go back to this later. The date and the year. Simple. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. So PRS, you're going to write down every single day. What is my PRS today? Write it down, because I'm going to tell you why. Write down your company sales. I want you to write down how many people are on your team. What's your company number? Okay. I want you to write down how many are qualified on that day, the day, like, so today would be June 27th, 2017. How many are qualified today, and how many people are in my first level? All right, you can find all of this under your royalties every single day. Write it down, start it over, okay? That's not your goals, but this is where you're at, because to get to your goals, you got to know where you're at, right? Got to know where we're at to know where we're going. Then you're going to write down today's goals. Keep it short, You got your non-negotiables. That doesn't count. You know you got to do those. You got your everyday things that you already know you got to do. Doesn't count. Let's see. I wrote on here, this was December 4th, 2015. All right. What did I have to do? I had to post in my parties and post my prizes for my team, do my bills and my laundry. Doesn't have to all be unique related. I needed to remind myself every once in a while there's other things we got to do. So those were the things I knew I had to do that day. All right. Then I have my month goals. So what was my goals for that month? It was to hit orange, to get, I have 2 girls to blue, how much I wanted to weigh that month. It doesn't, again, have to be about unique. It can be about anything in life. Keep it short. Just a couple things that you can rattle off your head without looking at your day before goals, okay? You write it down. Then you're going to write your 1-year goals. What do you want to accomplish in the next year? In the next 12 months, what do I want to accomplish? So I have, pay off some credit cards, go to Disney, just a couple things, 3 or 4 things. Then you're going to do a 2-year goal, right? Your 2 years, 2 things. What do you want to do in 2 years? I want to be black status. I want to, have a swimming pool, stuff like that. 5-year goals. I want to pay off my house. So do a 5-year goals, couple things, okay? Why do I tell you to do this? First off, it's putting it in your mind, right? It's putting it in your mind. You are going to do these things. Guess what you're going to do the next day? You're going to start on a blank piece of paper. Oh, mine's not blank. You're going to start on a blank piece of paper, and you're going to do it all over again. Simple. Do this the first thing when you wake up. Keep this by your bed. Check your phone. That you can check your numbers right away. Write down your PRS, your company, your people, your qualified, your first level. You're going to write your goals, and you're not going to look at the day before. You're going to be like, what were my 1-year goals? Just write what you want to do in the next year. It might change a little from day to day. Your goals are going to get bigger. They're going to get better. You're going to start hitting them because you are writing your goals down. You're going to make it happen. If you don't write it down, it's just a wish. You got to write it down, and you got to make a plan. So again, get those planners out. How are we going to do these things? And when you break it down from a daily goal, a monthly goal, a year goal, 2-year, 5-year, it's not so scary, is it? This 5-year goal isn't so big of a goal because you got all of these steps to get you there. So I want you guys to do this. I want you to start making it a part of your daily thing. I'm going to start doing it again. And then the reason you guys are writing out your PRS and your company sales is not to compare day to day. And it's not to compare, I'm not going to go, okay, so this is December. So in January, I'm not going to look at January 4th, look at December 4th and compare those numbers. Month to month does not compare because January is different from December. Holidays are different. You need to compare year to year. So in December 4th, 2016, I should be pulling up December 4th, 2015. How do my numbers compare from a year ago? They should be better. I should be kicking my butt in PRS because I have more customers at this point. My company numbers should be bigger because I should have grown my team at this point. How many people are on my team? It's amazing to watch how big that number has gone up in 1 year. This is going to pump you up and motivate you if you do this. Keep your books and compare. You don't have to do it every single day to compare. Compare one day of the month. Like, oh, I'm going to look at last year at this time. Am I where I need to be that I'm improving? Am I improving upon last year? All right. Does all of that make sense? And does that all sound like something everybody can handle and do? Right? So super easy. Yes, yes. Any questions? Any questions? We got 6 minutes. It can be about goals. It could be an idea. It can be about anything.
Can you post your what you just went over, like an example of it or something, like maybe in our group?
Yeah.
So we can have an idea of what to go off of.
Yeah, I'll make one. I haven't done it for today. I'll make it out for today, and I will just post it for you. So you have exactly what I put for mine as of today. Sound like a good idea?
Yeah, just so we have an idea of kind of what to go off of.
Absolutely. And there's going to be some days you're busy, you miss it. You don't write it down. But if you are consistent and try to get it at least 5 times a week, you write it down, eventually it becomes a part of your thing, a part of your everyday. It becomes part of your mindset. Because remember, mindset is important. Mindset is really what it's all about. And part of your non-negotiables is your personal development. So the more personal development you're doing, the more it's going to make this stuff a reality. And these goals are going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you guys are just you're going to be hitting these things. It's going to be awesome. Go ahead, Bobby Joe. You got it? Okay.
There you go. I was thinking because I have my planner right here. So what I was gonna start doing was also doing like my analytics, if that's how you say it. Like how many friends do I have on Facebook? What are my numbers on Instagram? My following and stuff like that, and you can compare it month to month.
Yeah,
To that.
I love.
Growing that. So that's what I was gonna start doing, and right now that you said that, it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, if you guys are working on your Instagram, start saying, you could just make a little note. How many Instagram followers do I have? How many Facebook friends do I have? Then you can look at next year and be like, whoa, I like completely blew that up out of, huge proportions. And Amber, I see in your questions, I'm sorry, I'm like really bad about checking the chat. Do we include ourselves in all these numbers? So yes, you do. You are part of your company. You are part of your company sales. Is that what you meant as far as that goes? You come off mute, don't be scared. And what are everyone's favorite for personal development books, YouTube? Yeah, we actually did a meeting on that 3 weeks ago. Amber, I will send you. We talked all about personal development, our favorite books and videos and what we use. So I will send you the link to that so you can check that out and make a list. We talked about our favorite people we follow. And yes, so good. So that helped you. Yeah. So if you go under royalties, it will tell you right then and there your number of your company and that you are included in that. And your company sales includes your numbers. You could do circle sales. You can write out as much as you want. You guys can totally expand upon this. This is just what I did, and it filled out one notebook paper. So I just did that. You could do front and back, notebook paper. Just keep filling it out. And remember, don't look the day before. You want it to be fresh in your mind. Coming out of your head, what are you thinking? What are you thinking of what you want to do? Okay? Send me any and all. Amber, how about I just send you the link to all of our recordings? You can check them out. We've only been doing this for about 2 months now, I think, and we do it every Tuesday night. So for those of you that are new, we do this every Tuesday night. We talk about different topics. Does anybody have a topic they know they want me to talk about or have someone talk about next Tuesday that you really want to know about? And if I don't know about it, I'll get somebody that does. Taylor, can you get off mute?
I got it. Figured it out. I don't know if you guys talked about it yet, but if we could talk about recruiting.
Absolutely.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And July is usually a good month for recruiting, so that'll be perfect for next week. Now, next week, Tuesday's July 4th, so I don't really care, but
You don't want to sit on here and party together or what?
we can, but we do Monday night. Let me figure something out. I'll figure something out. I just might move the day and time of next week, but we'll go over recruiting for sure.
Yeah, moving the date might be better.
Yeah, 4th of July, everyone's probably going to be super busy.
There's also a back
Hey,
office
Michelle.
app.
Hang on.
Oh, there's two of us.
Tabitha, Crystal. Go, hurry. You both got a minute or so.
Hey, can we talk about taxes soon?
Oh, yeah, taxes. Yeah, we've talked about that. We just never talk about it. Yes, taxes. Crystal, what did you say?
There's a back office app that has a lot of that